The rise of Prussia under Frederick the Great.
In the middle of the 18th century, Europe was dominated by giants: Austria, France, Russia, Britain. And then there was Prussia, a scattered, relatively poor kingdom with little natural defense, wedged between powerful enemies. No vast colonies, no legendary wealth, no ancient prestige. Yet within just 4 decades, Prussia would rise to become one of Europe's most feared military powers. At the center of this transformation stood one man, Frederick II of Prussia, later known to history as Frederick the Great. A philosopher who loved music, a king who hated war yet mastered it, a ruler who turned a fragile state into a European powerhouse. This is the story of how Frederick the Great reshaped Prussia and changed the balance of power in Europe forever.
Before Frederick's rise, Prussia was not impressive. It was a patchwork of territories spread across northern Germany, separated by distance and surrounded by rivals.
Its population was small, its economy was modest, its political influence was limited. However, Prussia had one crucial inheritance.
Frederick's father, King Frederick William I, known as the Soldier King, had obsessed over discipline, efficiency, and the army. He poured nearly every resource into building a professional, well-trained military.
By the time Frederick came to the throne in 1740, Prussia possessed one of the best-trained armies in Europe.
Frederick was cultured, intellectual, and deeply influenced by the Enlightenment. He admired Voltaire, played the flute, wrote poetry, and preferred philosophy to parade grounds. His relationship with his harsh, militaristic father had been deeply traumatic.
Many European rulers assumed Prussia would weaken under him. They were wrong. Within months of taking the throne, Frederick faced his first major test and opportunity. In 1740, the powerful Habsburg ruler Emperor Charles VI died, leaving his daughter Maria Theresa to inherit Austria's vast domains. Though legally recognized, she was vulnerable. Frederick saw his chance. Without declaring war, he marched Prussian troops into Silesia, a rich and industrialized Austrian province. It was a bold gamble. Silesia doubled Prussia's economic strength. It gave Prussia valuable mines and manpower, and it announced Prussia's arrival on the European stage, a victory that reshapes our destiny.
This sparked the War of the Austrian Succession. Against expectations, Frederick's disciplined army defeated larger Austrian forces in a series of decisive battles.
By 1748, Prussia had secured Silesia. Frederick had proven that Prussia could defeat a great power. Europe took notice. Frederick did not rely on numbers, he relied on precision. He perfected battlefield tactics that emphasized rapid movement, oblique attack formations, iron discipline under fire. Prussian soldiers trained relentlessly, sometimes brutally, but they could fire faster, maneuver quicker, and hold formation under pressure. Frederick personally studied terrain, logistics, and timing. He often led from the front, risking his life.
Forward ranks, advance!
Through intense drills, his army mastered precision and endurance. Prussia became a state where the army was not just an institution, it was the backbone of society. But Frederick's greatest test was still to come.
In 1756, Prussia faced annihilation. Austria wanted Silesia back. France feared Prussia's growing influence. Russia saw Frederick as a dangerous threat. Together, they formed a coalition that outnumbered Prussia nearly 4-1.
This conflict became known as the 7 Years' War, often called the First Global War. Prussia stood alone. Frederick launched preemptive strikes, winning brilliant victories at Rossbach and Leuthen, stunning Europe with his tactical genius. But the war was devastating.
Prussia was invaded from all sides. Cities burned, farms were destroyed. At some point, suffered immensely.
Then, fate intervened. In 1762, Russia's Empress Elizabeth died. Her successor, Peter III, was an admirer of Frederick.
Almost overnight, Russia withdrew from the war and even offered Prussia support. Frederick called it the miracle of the House of Brandenburg. With the coalition weakened, Prussia survived. When the war ended in 1763, Prussia retained Silesia.
It had not conquered vast lands, but it had achieved something more important: survival against impossible odds. Prussia was now recognized as a great power.
Frederick was more than a general. A soldier's heart is his greatest weapon. Indeed, sire, your presence alone rallies the troops. Then let us press on. Victory awaits.
He reformed Prussia's administration, promoted religious tolerance, improved education, and modernized the legal system. He saw himself as the first servant of the state.
Yet his rule was not gentle. The army remained dominant. Society was rigid. Discipline was absolute.
Prussia's rise came at a human cost, but it created a state of remarkable efficiency and strength.
When Frederick the Great died in 1786, Prussia was transformed.
From a minor kingdom, it had become the military model of Europe. His legacy would shape German history for generations, paving the way for German unification in the 19th century.
Frederick proved that power was not just about size or wealth, but discipline, strategy, and leadership. And from the heart of a divided land, a new force had risen. The rise of Prussia had begun.
Like and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this.